This is part two to the video, Life, is it pointless or is it not? A lot of people were requesting that I complete the video because it got cut off at the end. And what I was about to get into was the organic portal realm. What I was saying was that the organic portal realm is contingent upon you who have souls. The organic portal realm cannot exist without you because it's basically an illusion. It's a figment of your imagination via your desires to be here. And that's why I teach against having children. I know that's very extreme, but by you having kids, you play into the entire scope of everything. It's basically recycling the escape. A person dies, another person have a baby, and another soul is brought back into the organic portal realm. So it would have ended, but somebody decided to give it purpose again. Instead of just unplugging from the organic portal realm and letting it dissolve, it's like the example I was given about the bubbles. Now imagine having a bubble wand and blowing your life into the bubble. The bubble represents the organic portal realm. As you blow your life into a bubble, notice that the bubble encloses around the oxygen that's within it. But the oxygen itself is also an ingredient to any liquid. H2O is hydrogen and two oxygens. So as you blow your life into the liquid, which was a flat. Now imagine a wand. Remember you was a kid and that bubble solution, and you take the wand. Now it's a little loop. The water in the loop is one-dimensional. Let's just say that's one-dimensional. When you blow into it, you blow your life, you blow air, the breath of life, into the one dimension, and you turn it into a three-dimensional bubble. You created a sphere, and you entrapped your life force energy inside of the liquid and enclosed your life force energy in a bubble. But not only that, your life force energy is a part of the walls of the bubble itself. But on the inside of the bubble, it's nothing, because it's an illusion all in one. It's a bubble and it's an illusion all in one. But you gave it life by playing into it, by blowing into it in the first place. Now you see what I mean? By you blowing into it, you gave it life. It's just like with all of the elements. When you strike a match, what happens? Fire consumes the oxygen. Fire consumes the oxygen. As long as the oxygen is available, the fire is going to burn it. But if you take a cup and put it over the flame, what happens? The flame dies. But as long as the oxygen is in the room, the flame will burn. That flame in this example is what we would call the organic portals. It's living off of your oxygen. It's burning off of your oxygen that you give it. But until you decide to not give it life, then it's going to keep burning. The flame is contingent upon the oxygen, not the other way around. The oxygen is not contingent upon the flame. That's what I mean. That's what I meant by that statement. That was what I was going to get into in the closing statement. And I was going to also get into how once you leave this realm, it's like an astronaut floating in space. When I was speaking about where do you go once you leave, when you are still caught in the orbit, still holding on to memories, you end up like an astronaut still looking down upon the earth, wishing that he was down upon the ground again with everybody else. Still holding on to the organic portal realm. Still holding on to the spaceship. Out in orbit on a mission, but not a fleeing the Earth mission. On a mission to just go into outer space, but then after exploring, in your mind you have the idea that I can't wait to re-enter into the Earth's atmosphere. You know how they have that re-entry capsule thing? That's what you're thinking inside of your mind. So even when you look at these videos, and if you're not really serious about this, you like an astronaut just exploring this type of information, but not serious about it. Because as soon as you finish watching this video, you're ready to go back into the Earth with all of the Earthlings. You're not really trying to escape this. You like that astronaut who works for NASA, but come back. You'll return back to this and then go back to your home and go back into the same matrix that you left out of. You'll listen to the video about not having children, but then you'll go right back into the world and desire to have kids. That's what you'll do. And because of this is why this world has not ended. It should have been ended now. But like I was saying, God doesn't infringe upon the free will of people. You know, truth is not hidden from anyone. Just like oxygen provides, the breath of life for everyone. Truth is not hidden from anyone. When you breathe that oxygen, it's up to you to make the right decisions with that conscious gas that you inhaled. It's up to you to make a decision with it. Or you can take that same gas and blow it. You can take that same gas and let the flame burn it. You can let the flame burn your oxygen. Because oxygen is just a combustible gas. That's what it is. You can let the flame burn up your oxygen, or you can leave the room and let the flame die out. Like when you put a cup over a candle. That's what you got to decide to do. And nobody's going to do that for you. And that flame is what we call hell. That's why it's burning. In the organic portal realm, it's burning on your oxygen. That's what they call that flame that dieth not. When they're talking about hell. Burning that oxygen, that life that you are providing. That's what creates the flame. You got to decide what you're going to do with that oxygen. Because that gas is holy and it's divine. And you can give it to them, or you can unplug from the life support machine of this world. It's up to you. You see, when you think about the word gas, you think about Jesus, the letters that make up the word Jesus. You see the resemblance in Jesus and gaseous. 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 Zeus. Jesus. Jesus. Gaseous. Jesus. And even the word ghost. It all is pronounced with the word gas, with the same. And when you remove the vowels, you're just left with like in the case of Jesus, you remove the vowels, you're just left with J and S. And then with the word gas itself, G-A-S, you're just left with the word G and S, the letters G and S. So it's gas, gaseous, Jesus, Jesus, gaseous. That's the divine breakdown of it. Because we are conscious gases that are imprisoned and bottled up in this world. We imprisoned and we're bottled up in this world. And that flame is burning. It's 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 burning up all the oxygen in the bottle. That's why they tell y'all that the sun is going to eventually burn itself out. You know why it says that? Because we are in a sphere right now. A sphere. S-P-H-E-R-E. And the sun is burning up. It's burning up energy. It's burning up energy. But the energy that is burning up is consciousness. Your consciousness is what's giving the sun the fire, the ignition. The ignition is coming from your consciousness. And by us keep re-entering into this realm is giving the sun a purpose, which is to be the battery source for this organic portal realm, or i.e. the matrix. The sun is the battery, and it's imprisoning everything. It's imprisoning the planets because it's keeping everything in an orbit, this pointless orbit, and it's drawing all of the planets and the stars and everything. It's holding everything hostage. It's even holding the light hostage, the true light. It's even holding the true light hostage within its gravitational pull. because the sun is partly parasitical, and inside of the sun is encased the true soul, the true light. And that's what I was speaking about, how, the word sun, solar, and then you have a soul. And remember I was saying how your soul is just connected to nerve endings, and you in a skeletal frame encased in flesh. Well, that's what the sun is. It's encasing and holding prison. Well, it's the flesh of a imprisoned soul that's on the inside of it. What you see, the flames, it's burning what's on the inside of it, which is the true light. But it's a consciousness at the same time. It's your consciousness. When you observe the sun, you observing yourself in the form of a higher self, which is also imprisoned. Just like you observe yourself even when you're not looking in front of a mirror. I'm talking about the consciousness of just thinking. When you're thinking, you can be thinking about anything. That's observing yourself from the inside. But we live inside of a mind, basically. So when you're looking up at the sun, you're basically looking up at the inside of your own imprisoned consciousness. I know that sounds confusing how I'm saying it. Let me break it down again. Everything that you see, it's coming from the inside out. It's like when you close your eyes right now. You have thoughts, right? Open your eyes. It's like shutters. When you open your eyes, everything that you see around you, that is your mind flipped inside out. So basically, you are living in a mind. So when you're looking at that sun, that is you imprisoned. The sun contains your soul on the inside of it, just like you have a soul on the inside of you. What do they call it? They call it a solar plexus. That's where you get your body temperature from. The sun also has a solar plexus, which is you. You are trapped inside of the sun, and that's where the sun gets its temperature from. The sun has a soul trapped inside of a body. You have a soul trapped inside of a body, but they are both connected to each other because it's all consciousness. What you're seeing when you look up is looking right down back at you. Now you get what I'm saying? And I know that's deep and it's going to take some time to sink in, but that's what it is. This is just, we live in an almond psi. What did you just say, left side of the brain? I said we live in an almond psi. I said the word cinema backwards. Cinema is spelled Cinema. Say that backwards, that's almond psi. Amen was the sun god, the Egyptian sun god. Psi, the first two letters of what? Of circle and cipher. Remember I was talking about the bubble, the sun, Amen Psi. We living in a cipher of light, a cipher of sunlight, a cipher of entrapped light, basically. We are light entrapped inside of a body, just like what's on the inside of the sun. Light trapped inside of a body. So it's one and the same, but it's all trapped and trying to free itself from the clutch of the gravitational pull, which keeps pulling you back to your old habits, just like the sun is keeping the planets in orbit. Think about those things. This is Left Side of the Brain signing out.